Nearly 6 years ago, I began my channel with a review of 4 of the most commonly used card sleeves for Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, and other trading card games. This is now my 30th card sleeve review video, and I could not be more excited to critically examine and compare and contrast these products. In this video, I'll be evaluating Ultimate Guard's Illustrated Lands series of card sleeves, the new BCW Elite Guard version 2 sleeves, KMC Super Q sleeves, as well as an update on KMC's Hypermatte sleeves, Dragon Shield's new non-glare matte sleeves, as well as updates on their illustrated matte and glossy art sleeves. 6 years, 30 sleeve review videos, and there's still a marketplace just filled with sleeves offering the ultimate protection for your precious cardboard collection. But with so many choices, some are better than others, sometimes by a lot. Let's take a look! Let's begin with the new Lands series of illustrated glossy sleeves by Ultimate Guard. The Lands sleeves feature unique Ultimate Guard artwork depicting plains, islands, swamps, mountains, and forests. This artwork, while not official Magic the Gathering art, matches the Lands series, such as the playmats of the same name by Ultimate Guard. The sleeves have a clear front and glossy, non-textured back. In my strenuous playtesting, I was not able to get any of the artwork to peel or scratch off, although the overall color and printing feels somewhat muted to me, and I don't feel that these intricate illustrations translated well to the small card-sized sleeve image. The side seams are categorically a mess, as you can see here. For most of the sleeves I tested, they came out of the box with this level of side marking, and all ended up with a similar, if not worse, amount after a few weeks worth of shuffling. The sample I'm showing here is about a week's worth of use at events. Double sleeving is agonizing with these. The sleeves are very tight, perhaps not even intended for use with inner sleeves, and I found consistent difficulties such as what I am demonstrating here when attempting to double sleeve. The outer sleeves are so tight and also lacking in the ability for what is being sleeved to glide smoothly into place that you end up, again, almost entirely every time with a pushed up inner sleeve. I don't feel confident saying these can eventually be kajiggered to use with inner sleeves. I tried a wide variety of inners, including Ultimate Guard's own line of inner sleeves, and in every situation, it simply wasn't a good fit. The overall durability on these is nice. I wonder if the tightness and marks along the seam are both due to exceptional bonding of the sleeve. Stretch testing shows that these are tough and unlikely to split over time, but that is pretty much the only positive here. And despite that positive factor, this is one of those cases where I, as the evaluator, must play a role beyond simply adding up the ratio of pros to cons. The fact that the land sleeves are tough and will not split under a stress test does not outweigh that these are not quality sleeves. Terrible shuffle feel, faded artwork, overly tight on your card, and ultimately unacceptable for double sleeving. The grade I give is a D. These are not worth buying, especially when such superior and even less expensive sleeves exist. BCW, perhaps best known for its line of excellent and widely used archival storage boxes, has updated their already strong Elite Guard sleeve formula. The version 2 are refined and reformed, now coming in a choice of either glossy or matte. Now, I feel it is vital to point out that BCW is being quite precise and perhaps a little pedantic by using the terms glossy and matte, as on BCW sleeves they are not referencing the sleeve backs, which are both textured, but the front of the sleeves. Nearly every other sleeve company would use the colloquialism of matte and glossy to describe the backs of sleeves, and nearly every other sleeve company would say that the BCW Elites are matte sleeves, and that one of them comes in a non-glare option. However, BCW is using matte and glossy to refer to the fronts of their sleeves, and that is terminology that, though not really used by most companies, is technically correct. And as canceled cartoon memes teach us, that is the best kind of correct. Please note TCC reviews use glossy and matte to refer to sleeve backs, as this is more widely understood by a general audience. The professor has always subscribed to the academic philosophy of colloquialism as an acceptable if not preferred use of language in communication. Having already had more than one heated argument with former colleagues about this, TCC humbly requests that you don't at me, which is in itself a form of colloquialism proving the professor's point. Moving on. The matte, non-glare fronts do not dramatically dull the colors of non-foil cards as some other brands have been found to. Pay attention to the black border comparatively on the matte front elites to get an idea of just how much of a card's color is dulled by them. A little, but not particularly a lot. And regardless of if you've purchased the glossy or matte fronts, the backs of both styles are a stippled texture. For those already familiar with non-glare fronts, you'll know that this process often results in foils that are dulled to the point of not even being recognizable as foil, and BCW elites are no exception. This is and has always been a matter for personal preference. I know many Magic the Gathering players who prefer the non-glare, while many others do not. What I like to see, therefore, are options, and having those options from BCW with identical textured backs is in itself a great thing. The BCW Elite Guard 2 are also extremely durable. These sleeves are really thick. They do not scratch or scuff, and they pass a stretch test with exceptionally high marks. Shuffle feel is good, but not great. The sleeves don't glide down while shuffling, and some pressure needs to be exerted to push them into place while riffle shuffling. Another factor at play here is that the seams have such a strong weld that there is a very minor lip along the edges of many of the sleeves. Now, this is a little hard for me to pick up on camera, but there is this ever so slight protrusion along the edges of most Elite Guard 2s. This is by no means a major issue, and I've seen many sleeves in the past with extremely more pronounced edges, but it is worth mentioning how it contributes to less than perfect shuffling. BCW Elite Guard 2 sleeves are also some of the most affordable on the market, with packages of 100 selling for $8 per. BCW has always been a company with some of the best overall pricing on products, and the Elite Guard 2 sleeves are no exception. Overall, I think these sleeves are just short of excellent, the biggest cons being shuffle feel and that lip along the edges. I'll give them a B for budget and a plus for the high quality they possess. Of the two, I personally prefer the glossy, though of course, personal preference may vary. Once the absolute king of sleeves, KMC fell hard after an extended period of factory defects eroded nearly all consumer confidence in their product. The company has been trying to climb back, and they might actually be there, but not with these new Super Q sleeves. The Super Q sleeves do possess many of the qualities KMC has always been excellent at. They are fantastic for double sleeving and have a great shuffle feel. However, the Super Q sleeves are extremely thin, with a back texture that appears to be halfway between a hypermatte stippled back and classic KMC super smooth back. So I guess the Super Qs are more like KMC half matte? Like I said, shuffle feel is still fine on these, but that half matte back leads to the sleeves easily scuffing and getting marked. All it takes is for me to lightly run my fingernail along the backs for permanent markings to occur. So compare that to the BCW Elite Guard 2 sleeves, which in contrast are extremely thick and impervious to getting marked up. Or compare even to KMC's most popular sleeve, the Hyper Mattes. Here I'm using one of their newest formula hypers, and its fantastic textured back resists scratching. KMC Hyper Mattes have actually done an impressive job climbing back up in quality to where they once were. I've done extensive testing with these newest batches of Hyper Mattes, including comparing them to original recipe hypers that I still have in my collection, and as far as I can tell, the new Hyper Mattes coming on to the market today are nearly identical to the quality they originally held. Fantastic and precision made for double sleeving with a shuffle feel that is absolutely incredible. The backs of all colors, including white, are completely opaque, and again, if you have missed Hyper Mattes, these appear to be the exact same quality and feel as the originals. So I suppose the only issue is consumer trust. I find myself in a very difficult situation with these new Hyper Mattes. If I were grading treating them in isolation of the company's history. They'd be a solid and enthusiastic A. But I am nervous about long-term quality assurance from the company. If you are interested in these new KMC Hypers, look specifically for these markings which are distinct on the new packaging. The USA Limited on the top left corner, the tournament specification seal, and the bar that reads high quality with excellent strength. Also, new batches of Hyper mats are sold in packages of 100 rather than 80, which, hey, hooray for that by itself. I'm going to withhold an official grade on these for now, offering only that in what has now been an extensive period of testing, my grade in isolation would indeed be an A, but that I also do not have confidence to issue such a grade for long-term standing at this time. If you are interested in the new batch KMCs, look for the packaging indicators I mentioned, and if you're nervous about counterfeits, then you can even buy direct from the company via their website, which I will link in this video's description. I hope in my next review I can put my full confidence behind a letter grade for these sleeves, but I am not there yet. Meanwhile, Dragon Shield, who I think has very clearly claimed the throne as manufacturers of the overall best sleeves on the marketplace, continues to bring us excellence in options with their own non-glare matte sleeves. Available in an extremely wide variety of colors, non-glare Dragon Shield matte sleeves have the same high quality as regular Dragon Shield mattes, some of the thickest sleeves on the market. Putting your Magic cards in Dragon Shields is like depositing them in a tank. Double sleeving appears to have improved greatly with new Dragon Shields, not just the non-glares but across the board, as the occasional displacement of inner sleeves is largely relegated to the past and extremely minimal when it does still occur. As with other non-glare, frosted or matte fronts, however you want to describe them, colors are again minimally diminished, with foils rendered nearly indistinct from regular cards. So again, this comes down to personal preference, but it is fantastic that Dragon Shield is able to offer such a wide variety of choice and selection, and all with the same standard of quality. As with regular Dragon Shield mattes, the non-glares are thick with a textured back that is highly resistant to scratching and has a smooth and wonderful shuffle feel. The grade on these, as with literally all other Dragon Shield outer and inner sleeves, is a solid, enthusiastic A. And non-glare sleeves are just one of many items in the ever-growing Dragon Shield sleeve catalog. Dragon Shield has also been introducing more and more styles of art matte sleeve. And while I will not repeat my review of these, which can be found here, I do want to just acknowledge the growing catalog of art matte illustrations and confirm from my continued testing that these two remain the best sleeve on the market, with art that is literally printed onto the sleeve and will not scratch or peel away. The art mattes all appear to have fully opaque backs, excellent for double sleeving, and of course that incredible shuffle feel. For those who don't like the textured back at all, Dragon Shield also produces and supports its catalog of classic art sleeves, featuring classic works of art dragonified, such as this artwork of the Astronomer. Again, not wanting to repeat my review of the classic Dragon Shield sleeves, which you can reference here, though I do want to remind people that the classic styles, as well as most of the lighter Dragon Shield colors, are not fully opaque, but nonetheless, these two are a solid A in quality. So whether you are interested in Dragon Shield Art Classic, Art Matte, and even Art Non-Glare, or simply their classic matte and matte non-glare, Dragon Shield is universally the best sleeve manufacturer on the market, and you can rest assured that if it is a Dragon Shield sleeve, regardless of the style or artwork you personally prefer, the overall quality is an A. I hope very much this video has been of some help to you. Remember, whether shopping for card sleeves or other accessories, when it is possible, when it is reasonable, always spend your money at your local game store and support your Magic community. Don't have a local game store, or if your local game store does not carry any of these products, then check out the Tolarian Community College student store via our affiliate link at Card Kingdom. All of my highest rated products, from card sleeves to deck boxes, are available there with international shipping. So if there's something I've graded that you can't find locally, be sure to check out cardkingdom.com/TCC. And this program was made possible thanks to a sponsorship from Card Kingdom, as well as the Patreon support of viewers such as you. So thank you.